Alrighty, hey guys, it's you Living Learner right here, and today in this video, I'm going to be making a tutorial on pretty much Vane and how to get a mod set up for this game. I might not go over the whole process of making a mod and putting it on forums here. I might not, and if I do, I'll probably have to split this video up into two parts. But pretty much, let's get over with the first part. So, I'll put two things in the description. I'll leave the Discord for Vane modding if you want to get into modding for this game and you already have this game and support it. Of course, you don't have to be in this modding server. You can also just join the original Vane server. This is a pretty good resource to have at your disposal because it teaches you a bunch of things like getting into mods, downloading some important stuff, setting everything up. I'm just going to put this thing in the description and I'm just going to show you a basic of how it is. I'm just going to show you these steps here in order because these are pretty much the steps I took. So if you just want to follow along with this section of the Google Doc, you can. They set up F model, they set up U asset pack, U asset GUI, and they also set up Unreal pack. And then they actually get into finding stuff in F model, as well as a few other things. But one thing from here that I would like to literally make this whole tutorial center around is the mapping file that LXSun has given. Because this mapping file, I've tried it and I put it into the game and it's kind of just not working realistically. So in this tutorial, I'm actually going to show you how to get it working. And so what you want to do is you want to go all the way down here to all links and resources. And you actually want to go over here and download the U4SS experimental for devs. There's also the pre-packaged, but it's not for devs, it's for the end user. But if you're developing mods, you want the experimental version. And it'll take you here to the GitHub. That's all fine and dandy. As you can see, this works with Unreal Engine version 5.4, 5.5, and 5.6. Very important because Unreal Engine specific version for Vane is 5.4. There's some new features that they added, but we won't be using any of that. So what you want to download are these two things. Not this one. This is the end user. You want to download the dev version of UE4 SS version 3.0.1, and you also want to download the ZMap Gen BP. That's it. Once you download both of those, here and here, and you also want UAsset as well. And just go back to the all links and references and download that. It just downloads as an exe like this. Nothing to extract there. So yeah, once you're here, extract these two, and let's focus on the first one. So this dev version here, you actually want to copy it. You can get to where you need to go in two places. You can find your games folder here, wherever it is. Or you can go to Vane here, right click, manage, browse local files. You get sent into the directory of the game. You want to go into Vane, binaries 164, and paste that in, like so. Second step is you want to go to ZMap Gen BP, content. You want to copy this little map gen, go back to Vane. You want to go to content, packs, and place that in here. And it's just like that. However, do not start the game yet. There's one more step. You want to go into here, go into the settings of INI. You can edit this two ways. With Notepad, which I would not recommend, just because you can't see things properly, or with Notepad++. or with Visual Studio, generally any text editor of your choice that shows the syntax of how things are. So the first thing you're probably going to notice is that these things are set to 1. You want to keep them at 1. And here for major version, because I told you, Vane's version of Unreal Engine is 5.4. So 5 goes there and 4 goes there. I had a mistake putting 5.4, 0.4, things like that. Or other games and things. I had to test it out on another game. But yeah, this is how you set it up. 5 and debug build. Technically, Vane is running on test, but you do not need that. At all, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think you need that at all. I just leave this blank. And then lastly, there's the graphics API for this window. I personally would just put it at DirectX 11 or 3D 11. And then when you're done with your changes in here, or if you want to go through other things in here, you can. Once you're done, you're done. And one last thing I want to show you is you can go to mods here and keybinds scripts. Here's the main.lua. You can change your keybinds in here if you don't have a number pad. If you just want it as 6, just remove that and it's now 6 on your keyboard. Nothing's above QWERTY. The QWERTY layout. And then now we have 9, 8, 7, and 6. But I'm keeping it as number pad just because I have those buttons on my keyboard. This is a little manual version, but this actually never ended up working for me. The new version instead doesn't use that because we turned on the UI. When we launch the game, there's going to be a UI that shows up. It's a lot more easy to work with. So when you first launch the game, with everything set up properly, with UE4SS, you'll get a logic mods directory that gets created. But what we want to go through here is dumpers. I want to generate a USmap file. Now look in the console here, and it's going to start generating it, making it. And it's done already. So now we can close out the game. Now you're probably wondering, where is this map file generated? It does get made inside the game. So go into Vane again, binary is Windows 64, UE4SS, and here you'll have the mappings file. This is important for things such as F-model here, where if we go into the settings, oh, I already told you about this. You want to hook it up properly because it was disconnected. But I think I'm good for now. I already have it in the same path. I can just open it. No, I can't. I want to enable it and disable it. And then now it pulls the mappings. Mappings pulled from Mappings.usmap. Now if I open this, you're going to see a bunch of data here. Which is good because we need this data for many things. Cat bean soup. One of the things in here I want to take out of this can is the ability to open it with a can opener. So I pretty much want to make a can. Alright, so the problem seemed to resolve itself. Instead I'll be opening up US GUI and showing how to set this up. So what this does is allow you to view properties of objects. But before any of that can happen, you actually want to import mappings, and those mappings will be from the game that you're playing. Such as Vein here, so we want to go into 164 new process and drag the mappings in. Now it will ask you what version of the game is. The name of the game is. Have it as Vein and select the version 5.4. And then now whenever you open up anything that you imported from, exported from fmodel, it will then show up with the associated data here. You want to look at usually the class data and the extra data associated with it. There's all these things here. Conditions on eat. Stuff. But the guy, he said to make cans with the pull tab, meaning cans that are sealed but can be pulled back with the tab. With the tab, it's already there. You don't need a pull tab. But yeah, me, Lego, and I don't regret uploading this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.